Guys, dang a introduction, forget all of that. Dang a like, dang a subscription, forget all of that. Um, this gotta stop, man. This has to stop. Okay. And I'm gonna talk to both parties on here. I'm gonna talk to EA, okay? And I'm gonna talk to y'all equipment guys. And me too. This I ain't not no, ain't no me too, because I don't act like this. But I'm talking to both parties here. Equipment guru, I'm talking to you. Equipment guys, the equipment side of college football, I am talking to you in this video. Okay? This has to stop. I'm gonna start with equipment guru first. That way y'all don't get all butt hurt and don't listen to logic. Okay? Equipment guru, you brought this on yourself, Jack. People have been asking you all for a while about a leg sleeve, a shiesty, hanging mouthpieces, and I can't remember what the other thing was. Those were the main three things. That's what they want in the game. They don't care how hard it is. They don't care how much it costs. They want it in the game. All you had to do was tell them it's not in the game. And this fire would have been put out a long time ago. But you didn't say that. Somebody made a comment. I did a video even talking about it in a video where you told them that the guy asked about new equipment. The question was about new equipment, not in anything in particular. But you did tell them new equipment. We'll be talking about some of it. We'll reveal some of it in the deep dive, which they did. They showed the New Balance cleats and they showed a arm sleeve. Okay. Yet and still, you know what people are asking for. My advice, and I think it may just be a corporate thing that they can't confirm or deny, but there's a silver lining in this, and let me get to it. But first, if it's not in the game, just come out and tell them it wasn't in the game. Don't lead them on. Don't drag this out. You could have told them from the jump, hey, this ain't in the game. But here's another thing. The fact that he didn't tells me that maybe they're going to add it later on. Add some of that stuff later on. Guys, this is what y'all don't understand about equipment. They can add things later on. They're adding mascots to the game as the game goes. They're adding uniforms to the game as the game goes. What make you think that they can't add a leg sleeve? I can tell you straight up, a shiesty is going to be hard to program. And people pull up. They always want to pull up the games from last year. They always want to pull up. I seen somebody pull up like an older college football game from PlayStation 2, maybe 3. Man, y'all don't understand. Like, even back then, we had FCS schools in the game. There's a thing with gaming, okay? It's called memory. Memory and coding and all that kind of stuff. With the graphical load and power that it takes in these newer consoles, guys, you don't have that much memory to work with to be able to do all of that stuff. Okay? Because they can do it, but they would have to downgrade the graphics and the frame rate drastically in order to add all of that stuff. My advice would be to really study game development, game design. Okay? While you're at it, look into how these publishers, guys, these people can't add anything they want in the game. Everything has to go through an approval process. If you're going to, and I say this a lot, if you're going to direct your anger at somebody, direct it at the executives, not the developers. They're doing what they're paid to do. You go to McDonald's, you order a double cheeseburger. The employee, oh, that's my homeboy. I'm going to add some bacon. I'm going to add an extra piece of cheese. And your homeboy going to be without a job. Why? Because he's adding stuff that's not supposed to be on there. Same way with gaming. They can't just add stuff. Everything has to go through an approval process. If they want Adidas cleats, they have to get approval from Adidas before they put the cleats in the game. They have to scan the cleat into the game. It's a lot to go into it. And whether you believe it or not, there's coding issues involved with all of this stuff. You know how difficult it is to put a damn shiesty in the game? Underneath the helmet on top of a face? Like, do you understand how hard that is from a coding standpoint? And then I know, yeah, the modders did it. The modding community did it. Yes, because the modding community doesn't have oversight. They don't have executives that tell them, we're paying for this, we're not paying for that. Because y'all, yeah, this is a true fact. They will withhold stuff from a game, okay? Because that stuff costs money. Modders ain't being paid to do it. They doing that stuff for free. These people work. They do what they're paid to do. If they add something in the game that they didn't get approval to add into a game, they fired. That's a fact of life. So you're wanting, and my thing is like, I wish that like people like Equipment Guru and some of these other developers, well, other developers and other games have come out and told people this stuff. I wish that he would do that. Maybe he would get written up for it or something like that, though. I don't know. But my thing is, if you knew it wasn't going to be in the game, just tell people no. But the fact that he didn't could mean that it might be in there later. But if that's the case, just tell people we're working on getting it in there later. That's not a hard thing to do. But to go in here, dog, if you read these, and this is my comment to it, at the end of the day, it'll never be enough. Even me, I'm including myself, guys, with Dynasty mode. I'll never have all I want, and that's fine. Because business just doesn't work that way. Give us all we want and we'll just find something else to add. It will never be enough. And the moment that it is, guys, that's when these games will go to a live service. They can make the perfect game and add everything. People bitch and complain right now because, this is just a roster update. All they did was updated the rosters. Guess what? If they give you a game that has every single thing that you ever wanted in there, you're gonna complain. You're going to find something else that you want. And I'm telling you, that's the moment where college football and Madden becomes a live service. Where, hey, we just update the game. It'll be just like a Fortnite. They just plug stuff in and charge you $60, $70 for it. And at the end of the day, you're paying more for it than you would have been if you just bought a base game that came out every year. And that's another point, okay? Because these games come out every year, guys, when they present college football 25, they didn't just present 25. They presented 25 through maybe 30. Okay? They say this is our vision. That vision is not going to get realized in 1 year because the game has to come out every year. Okay? They release the game every year. Now with college football, that's purely up to them. They could choose to do it every other year or every 2-year release. Me personally, I like to get the game every year. Think of it like this, okay? You're basically getting to pay for the incremental processes, okay? The incremental progress of a game. We're seeing that every year, okay? Now, that would raise the question, is it worth, then why are we paying $70 for a brand new game? Why don't they just do it kind of like a DLC kind of thing or something to that effect? And that's an argument for another day because but at the same time, we're still, the base is the base. What we're seeing is that incremental progress that's going to lead to a bigger picture. When you look at college football 25 and let's say 4 years down the road, college football 28, there's going to be a night and day difference between those games. Look at Madden 25. And everything that it has and how it looks compared to Madden 20, Madden 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's not like other games. Like you have those games like Forza. They come out with a game every other year. They'll do Forza and then they'll do Forza Horizon. And they'll just flip flop. Call of Duty comes out every year. You never see any major changes year to year. But watch, year 3, there's a drastic change. Okay? On these games that come out every year, year 3 to 4, that's when you see like there's a big change. Because they do start working on a change, but it takes years to implement that change and to work on it. I guarantee you there's something that they're working on with college football right now that they're going to introduce maybe 2 years down the road. They're developing stuff. It's research and development. They're working on stuff. It's some stuff that's simple. They can just add it every year and keep the game going. But in the background, guys, they are developing things that they don't plan on releasing into the game until 2, maybe 3 years down the road. And so, maybe that'll raise the question. Let's just go to a year, every other year release of the game. And then on the in-between years, you just update the rosters. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fan of that. I like getting a different game every year. I don't know if I can wait, get the game and wait 2 years. I know we waited all these years for it, but I don't know if I would be a fan of that. If you would do that, I would say you should rotate them between college and Madden. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how Call of Duty does with Modern Warfare and Black Ops. So like this year, college football will come out. Next year, Madden would come out, and then college football. So at least you're getting some kind of new product every year, and the game is able to take a break while the other one is working. So, but case in point, man, I think part of it was Equipment Guru. Y'all got to be more transparent with people. I look at Scott, I look at some of these other developers, and they pretty transparent for the most part. Equipment Guru tends to be a little bit quieter. He does respond to people, but I think, my thing is like, just let people know, is it in the game or is it not? And if you can't say, then just say, I can't speak on that. And then, but these comments is not it, dude. Like this, and here's the deal. I get, and I'm talking to the equipment community now. I get that y'all want this stuff in the game. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have stuff we want in the game. But we also understand that gameplay comes first. Gameplay is not, we ain't even played 26. I guarantee you there's going to be some issues. There always is with every game. But y'all have to understand, okay, that when you're talking to people, if you're cussing them out, calling them lazy and pieces of crap and all of that, do you really think they're going to give you what you want? I'm going to tell you how to get people's attention. Pocketbooks. Why do you think Madden made so many drastic improvements this year? People can say because of the license. I'm going to tell you the real reason. College football outsold Madden. Madden sales weren't as good as they projected. Money talks. And I can tell y'all for a fact that the developers listen to social media. They watch the videos. They hop into live streams. I've literally had Scott in my live stream. He's commented on about some of my videos on Twitter. They pay attention, dude. But there's also a process that they have to follow. Y'all think that it's easy to put this stuff into the game. It's not. It ain't. There's so many hurdles and stuff that yes, I know it sounds stupid for a cosmetic leg sleeve that has no bearings on gameplay whatsoever should be super simple to add. It is not. From a coding aspect, it's not easy to add. From a business aspect, once again, they can't add stuff that they don't get approved to be added into the game. Because this is a business at the end of the day. And they say, this is your budget. Don't go over it. So guess what? You're going to have stuff that doesn't make it into the game, including equipment. But this comment, since you're saying this is a general response and it gets an answer. Why? Because he ain't cussing them out. He's asking a genuine question. He's not being aggressive. It's just, since you're saying you added helmets, can we expect to see the F7 2.0? Or is it only the helmets that were already in Madden and not in college football? He says, working on getting it. This is a very deep response. Very simple, but very deep. This tells you that it might not be in the game, but they're working on getting these things into the game. Because when they're adding name brand products, even though it's in Madden, they still got to get approval for it in college football. And guess what? They still got to pay money. Okay? People responded to him. We don't believe you say. Try not to cuss in this video. We don't believe nothing you say. So why are y'all even talking to him then? Why are y'all asking him questions online if you're not going to believe anything that he tells you? Just add one leg sleeve. Here's the deal. I wonder how early in the development cycle were y'all asking for one leg sleeves and shiesties and hanging mouthpieces. If it was last year, then I can understand your frustration because you've been asking for it a year before the game ever even came out. But if you waited 6 months before the game came out to start asking for it, you can't expect that to be in the game because they are very deep in the development process by that time. They're very deep in the development process by that time. Comments get worse. Please try to add the one leg sleeve for 27. That's just the bare minimum, and I'm not an equipment guy. That's not bare minimum, my guy. Will comments on stuff that I post on Twitter. He follows me and stuff. But it is what it is. The bare minimum is you having a helmet on your player, cleats on, shoulder pads, pants, a uniform. That's the bare minimum. Them adding extra cosmetic items is not a bare minimum. I can say, oh, the bare minimum, add a halftime show. That's a bare minimum. We see it on TV. Guys, it's a simulation football game. It is to simulate gameplay first. The other stuff is extra. Even the halftime show has no bearing on gameplay. I would rather have a game that plays phenomenally, that plays true to life, than, equipment or even a halftime show or a spring game or spring practice. How this product plays when you play is the selling point. If it plays like shit, people ain't gonna buy it. Why you think Maxim Football and Axis ain't out selling Madden and college football? Huh? They give you the one leg sleeve and all of that. But you coming asking Madden and EA and college football to add that in there. Why do you think that those games aren't selling? You don't, because you care about stuff more than just equipment. You care about gameplay. You care about game design. You care about graphics. And those games are lacking in all of those. Did you add the Nike Vapor line cleats for linemen and skill positions? I know Adidas was updated last year, but I know New Balance and Under Armour are new because of contracts. But the problem has been Nike for a while. Guys, anything that they have to add that's name brand, they have to get approval from these companies. So, like, if there's a cleat that you want from Nike or Under Armour that's not in the game, it might not be EA's issue. It could simply be Nike just haven't given them the resources or the green light to put it in the game. Any chance we see more Dynasty recruits with dreads hanging out of the helmet? Only saw one my entire Dynasty on 25. First of all, they don't even do dreadlocks. EA does a terrible job at dreadlocks. It's weird that we care more about hair hanging out from underneath the helmet than gameplay. It's weird, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I get it if this individual has dreadlocks and he wants, to replicate himself. 100%. But even in real life, you don't see that many players with dreadlocks hanging out from under their helmet. Why? Because it can be used to take them down. Now, you have some players that do. Florida International has a guy with some really long dreadlocks, Nothing wrong with wanting it. I don't have an issue with this because he's not cussing. He's not being aggressive. He's asking a genuine question. He wants a genuine response. And then you get people like this. And this is what ticks me off because, hey, you respond to this, but not to this, not to this. You know what I'm saying? You're not responding. You respond, like, ignore these clowns, bro. Get a load of those piece of S. The S clown is pasted from Madden. Big Macs and double cheeseburgers got the same type of meat on them. Why is that? Because they're from the same restaurant. Of course. You're going to have the same equipment in both games. They're made by the same company. They use the same equipment in real life. What are you talking about? The same Nike cleats that college football players are wearing, players in the NFL are wearing. They don't have anything different. So that's a real stupid comment to say, like, oh, y'all just copying and pasting in Madden. Bro, it's in real life that these football players wear the same equipment. They don't make special equipment for the NFL that they don't make that college players can wear. Like, come on, dude. But he responds to them. Brand new Adidas and Under Armour cleats and gloves that weren't in Madden last year. He's literally telling you there's stuff that's in college that wasn't in Madden last year. But that ain't good enough. Most was pasted from Madden. Single leg sleeve, compression shirt, sleeve/turf tape combo, multiple arm bands, fix the bulky spat. I will agree with the spat is bulky. The sleeve, turf tape, and shirt combo isn't anything new. Move the compression shirt to a different category. What category? You know the coding that involves, young man? Probably not. It's not that effing hard. It absolutely is hard. It is harder than you think it is. I don't know how old this guy is, man. 3 followers joined June of this year. I mean, this is more than likely it's just somebody trolling, man. Just a troller account. He literally made this account last year. I mean, this past month. I don't know, dude. Like this stuff, man. It's the fact that this equipment guru set us up. Like it's hella new stuff and it's just copy and pasted from Madden. It's guys, it's new to college football. So yes, it is new. Like what are you talking about? I mean, by this logic, y'all want something that's in college, like y'all want them to create something that's not in the world of football. Because if they put it in college football, Madden players are gonna say, why college football got it and not Madden? The same cleats, both of them wear. They wear the same cleats, the same gloves, the same helmets. They don't make a special helmet for Madden that they don't make for college. Like, this stuff gotta stop, dog. F you. That ain't necessary, bruh. You know what we want. Yes, he knows what you want. So the fact that it's not there is probably for a reason. And it ain't because he don't care about what y'all want. But people are so shallow that you don't understand business. You don't understand how coding works. You don't understand how game development works. And yet y'all want to spew off at the mouth and say F you to somebody that's just doing their damn job. I've said this many, many times, man. Y'all are directing y'all's energy and frustration at the wrong people. And then I say that and y'all, oh, you just glazing. You just want to be a part of EA, blah, 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 blah. How? When I'm literally telling you that, hey, go cuss out the executives. Go tell them. Y'all are arguing at the person making your double cheeseburger that the 10-to-1 meat patty is too small when they not the ones making the 10-to-1 meat patty. They don't decide what type of meat comes on the McDouble. McDonald's as a company does. The executives does. Y'all are directing your frustrations at the wrong people. Cussing this man out and all this for him doing his job, bro. That's immature. And you're not. If I was him, I would be like, no, we just for just for comments like this, we ain't putting that crap in the game. Cause y'all gonna respect me. And then what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna continue to complain and still buy the damn game. If you want to get EA's attention, stop buying the game. If it's this serious that you gotta call somebody a clown and a nigga and F you this and F you that, don't buy the game. It's that simple. I didn't buy Madden last year. Why? Because I got to a point where I'm like, this game is unacceptable. I don't like franchise mode. Franchise mode is unacceptable, so I did not buy Madden. Well, actually, I did end up buying. I ended up buying it last month for like $13. But that's so I could get, back acclimated to playing Madden. Because I was seeing some stuff for $26 that I liked. And I was interested. And it was $13. You know what? That game is absolutely worth $13. Was it worth $70? No. Not to me, it wasn't. But it was worth $13. You see what I'm saying? Don't buy the game. Or buy it on sale. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. A whole bunch of stuff no one asked for. We literally tell you what we want and you put this da-da-da in the game. This stuff that's in the game now was planned to be in last year. It just takes time to get that stuff into the game. So I'm telling you, if they don't add this stuff this year, I don't see how it's not in the game next year, guys. And then too, I wonder from the equipment side, when did y'all start telling people, when did y'all start promoting that y'all wanted this stuff in the game? I know Shiesties was like last year. I remember that. People were flipping their wigs as Shiesties was, it's, and not in a bad way. I'm saying in a good way, You got to start telling these people now. Got to start telling them now. And even then, you have to understand, just because you ask for it don't mean it's going to be in the game. You ask your parents for stuff, they don't tell you yeah to everything. And if they did, maybe this is why y'all the way that y'all are now. Just because you ask for something don't mean it's going to be a yes. And if they tell you no, it's for a reason. And it ain't because we just don't want to add it. That is not the answer, dude. Come on, man. I mean, I'm done, man. I can't do this no more. Y'all got to clean this up. Talk to these people with respect. Because they just doing their job, dude. All of this cussing them out and all this and that over equipment that has zero bearing of the game. Doesn't affect your gameplay. Okay? Even if it did, It ain't worth cussing out somebody that's just doing what they're paid to do. If he does more than what he's paid to do, he's gonna get fired. And then he ain't got a job and he can't provide for his family, but y'all probably don't even care. All for a cosmetic item in a game, bro. At the end, look at that. What was the last thing I said? A game. I get upset when we don't get information. I was upset. I made a video ranting about it because I felt like but what did I do in that video? I brought business logic. Hey, y'all are asking us to pre-order this game. How can you ask for pre-orders logically and we don't even have any information on the game? Give us information. That's a logical argument. Was I cussing people out? Nope. Ain't necessary. I felt like it was bad for business because it is. I own a business myself. I know business. I ordered drinks from Coca-Cola. They gave me a delivery date of July the 2nd. It is July the 3rd and I still do not have that delivery. We have coolers for Coca-Cola in my donut shop, okay? That we have to order from Coke in order to keep those coolers. So I sent the message to them. Y'all told me my stuff would be here by the 2nd. I need that product for my shop. I have to order from y'all. So if y'all are telling me I have to order from y'all because there's other vendors that sell Coca-Cola products that get it to me when they say they're going to get it to me, then guess what? I'm to the point now, hey, take these coolers up out of here. I won't do business with y'all because y'all are the ones that are unprofessional. Y'all are that's bad for my business. I need to sell drinks. People want to buy drinks with their stuff. And if you're going to say it is mandatory that I order drinks from you because I have your coolers, then you need to deliver on time. That's not too much to ask, is it? You know what I'm saying? So approach things from a business standpoint because this is a company at the end of the day. And then understand it's also a gaming company. So look into and learn how gaming development works. Later today, guys, we're going to talk about playbooks. If y'all interested in that, come back to it. If I've upset you, I honestly don't care. You're probably part of the problem. If you're upset about anything that I said, you literally did not get anything that I said. Because it's not an attack on individuals personally. I'm presenting logic. And you can say I'm glazing. You can say I'm an EA shrill. If you really want to talk about it, come to me with a logical conversation. Not name calling. Because I ain't name call y'all. Maybe I did. I don't know. Logical conversations, man. Make it happen. Till next time.